Hey, welcome back to the technical analysis series. This part is on daily stock. We will be adding the crypto analysis and futures trading aspects of this as well. But today we are looking at Berkshire Hathaway B shares, and this is Sunday, November the 3rd, 2019. So we're going to take a look at Berkshire Hathaway. And here's a one-year chart of Berkshire Hathaway. You can see it's been in a bit of a channel. Yes, it's going back and forth. When I see, consistent, retracements of 100%, like we got back here in May. So you had a retracement down and a downward trend, and then it bounced back up almost 100%. Another low, roughly in the same region, a bounce back up. To me, this is a classic sideways channel. Even though the dollar amount is significant, it's still, to me, a sideways channel that I would either avoid or play very closely. So let's take a look at the moving averages, and there's no surprise here. They can be a bit choppy because of the back and forth, but we currently do show a strong, or at least an inline bullish pattern from our 1 year moving average. So here's the 5 year, and it sort of makes that channel look a little bit clearer. You can see the regions that it's really been bouncing, that the stock price has been bouncing in. I'm going to show that a little later in the video. I don't know about you guys, but channel trading has never been a strong suit of mine. I'd rather trade a trend. So I constantly am looking for trends in the market, and by definition, a channeling period isn't really the upward or downward movement that I'm seeking. So here's the moving average added to the 5 year chart, and you can see how choppy it is. And specifically May of 2019 through the present day, lots of back and forth action with regards to the order of the moving averages. So as I've stated before, the bullish signal with the moving average will be your short term, your shortest term being higher than your short term, which is higher than your lowest term, having those three in order. And so in this scenario, it would be having the 10-day higher than the 20, higher than the 50, and that has happened for today, but you can tell that it's been just choppy and really uncertain over time. So of course, this is the a little bit longer view. This is actually this is all the data that I pulled up in this one chart. So we're going back into really the 1996 time frame forward. This stock has been truly one directional for the most part. I mean, it's headed higher. If you manage to hold on, even back in 2008, the stock came on back and just continued to just grind higher. This is a stock that grinds higher because it's been somewhat one directional and no true retracement patterns. The Fibonacci analysis is not truly it's not that valuable, so I did not add it. I just took a longer term view of the stock just to give you a indication of how strong the bullish sentiment is on these shares. So I love the MACD line, the MACD indicator, that is, and as you can see over time, the MACD has produced some good value. I always, for a bullish signal, I want to see the trend cross below the zero line like it did back at the beginning of June, like it did back at the end of December 2018. Right now, where we are, we're actually hanging out above the zero line, which is always an oversold area. And I'm sorry, that would be an overbought, and then it's below the zero line that it's truly oversold. So right now the MACD isn't showing; it's just showing continued bullish sentiment, not really the type of trade signal that we would look for if we were using this as part of our trade strategy. And then finally, and this is where I think this is what I think is most valuable for trending or channeling stock, it's looking at the support and resistance levels. Now, I only did this for the short-term view, but if I were to add, 5-year and just look at support levels overall, this channel wouldn't change much because this is the high for the stock. So what we're seeing really is that you have a support channel, you have some support down in the $196 range, and then you have some resistance up in the $221 range. And I think ultimately, playing this channel, you really have to keep that in mind. You're either going to expect the channel to test the boundaries, either the support or the resistance, or you're just happy kind of buying back and forth. Right now you'd be looking probably to sell, assuming that it's going to make another leg lower. Then it's lower than its current price, but staying within the channel. So anyway, options can be a great way to trade channels as well. But again, for me personally, and you really have to know your own trading style, your positives and negatives. Trading channels, I've learned over time that it's not my best suit. So I'm more likely to look at a different stock. So let's just go ahead and give a summary of what's happened with these shares. So the stock has been in a sideways channel for quite some time, but it is, just as a side note, it is at the high. It's right around the highs of where it's ever been. The moving averages are showing bullish signals, but when you have something that has trended higher for the last 20 years, you expect all the moving averages to sort of be in line. The Fibonacci analysis hasn't been relevant because there hasn't been a true pullback. And then the MACD shows some bullish momentum continuing, but it's not really giving the kind of trade signal that I would look for with regards to having a crossover in either the overbought or oversold situation. So I'm just going to look at this as a channel trade. We have strong resistance around 221. We have strong support around $196 per share. If we break out, I expect this stock to push higher, at least up to and through $230 per share. But of course, if we don't, you could easily see it drop back down and test the strength of that support line down at $196 per share. So that is it for a quick review of Berkshire Hathaway. Hope you guys are enjoying these videos. Please share it. Share it with friends. Subscribe to the channel so you are aware of every video that I put out. I'm going to be adding more here soon. So thanks for listening. Happy trading. So long.